Championship games. Boy, it's been a
That's
long, good
crazy.
season, man. But here we are. Championship Sunday is tomorrow. World of Matchups, Dexter Reed, Spencer the Wiz, and Blue Milk Boys Gaming always bringing the heat. This, to me, Spencer, is always the best weekend for football of the year, of the entire year. I think Championship
Yeah,
Sunday is better than Super Bowl Sunday. I
me too.
always have. I mean, just think back to Chiefs Bills last year.
Well, the
That was
Super Bowl's
probably the best.
theatrical because that's
Yeah,
they're all national broadcasts, but the entire country, not everyone watches football. The entire country watches the Super Bowl Sunday. So
yeah.
there's a lot more geriatrics involved in it, and it barely feels like a football game. Like The Rock came on the field last year. The
Yeah,
championship
it's
round is
ridiculous.
football in its purest form.
This is it, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. Like, and especially if you have a dog in the fight, like,
Yeah.
I haven't even been able to sleep all week. I mean, it's just been, I haven't been this excited about a football game since the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl. And that game, I bit all my fingernails off before game time started. But let's start in the NFC Championship game. We got the class of the NFC and the Philadelphia Eagles, who hit their stride early, went through some bumps and bruises with Jalen Hurts being out, opened up last week a can of whoop ass against the New York Giants, who, in my mind, let's face it, the Giants definitely didn't deserve to be there. The Giants are a product of them expanding the playoff format, and you saw it. The game was over after the first 2 or 3 snaps. In comes the San Francisco 49ers. They're getting 3 points in Philly. I'm going to just tell you guys flat out, I like the Eagles here, and I like the Eagles here to go big. I like them for a lot of reasons. Number one, I know you guys are big on this whole Brock Purdy thing. Oh, my goodness, he's the next Tom Brady, yada, yada, yada. Look, if Dak Prescott wasn't so bad, if Dak Prescott wasn't Black Derek Carr, Brock Purdy would be watching this game this week from his couch. Let's be honest. That's number one. Okay. The Niners, they're a good team. The Niners, they're rolling. They've won a dozen games in a row. We are not minimizing anything here, but styles make fights. And the last team I saw go into the NFC Championship game in Philadelphia with a boatload of confidence lost by like 30 points. They got their doors blown off. That was the Minnesota Vikings. They were a very, very talented ball club. And they got destroyed. Now all these Niner fans are flying into Philly. It's a long flight. They got boatloads of confidence, as they should. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, CMC. We know, guys. We know about the number 1 ranked defense. We know. You're not telling us anything new. But you have not played in Philadelphia in a championship game with a rookie quarterback. I'm not saying you have no shot, but I'm saying you don't have much of a shot. I know you feel confident. I'm sorry. This Eagles animal is a different Eagles animal in the lofts with that ruckus fan club. Dude, someone might die out there. Eagles fans are like, you ever see the movie Cujo?
Mm-mm.
That rabid dog. Do yourself a favor if you want to be shook. You and your girlfriend watch Cujo later.
Okay.
That's Cujo out there. Okay?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts looked very good. He's fine. And can we stop overemphasizing some of these injuries to these quarterbacks like they've just gotten shot? They didn't get Brian Robinson. Patrick Mahomes is going to be fine. Jalen Hurts is going to be fine. They're going to be fine, guys. The supporting cast is enough to elevate these guys to the next level. Okay? A.J. Brown did nothing last week. You don't think that kid's going to go off? Charvarius Ward or A.J. Brown, Spencer? I mean, come on. Come on. Can we stop acting like Miles Sanders did not have a good year this year?
Yeah.
I think the Eagles roll here. I do. Dallas Goedert is everything George Kittle is right now. They're the same player. So that's a win for you. I know Debo's coming on. I know CMC's coming on, but I don't think the Eagles defense is getting their flowers. And look, the linchpin for me here, why I'm loving the Eagles so much, is that Brock Purdy is going to have to throw to win this game. They're going to have to throw. This is not going to be a bang Niner gang, grind it out in our building, milk the clock type of game. You're in Philly. You're in a Lion's Den wearing a pork chop suit. You're a rookie. You've beaten up on bad teams, and now you have to face a really good team. And you're going to have to throw. And Darius Slay and James Bradbury are the class of the back end in the National Football League. The class. And you're telling me that that quarterback is going to throw on that secondary and win this game? I just don't see it. I don't see it. I want to see it. And I will never forget, I remember taking the Vikings in that game, Spencer, and I took a nap. I've been exhausted. And when I woke, it was like 34-7. And I said to myself, I will never bet against the Eagles in a championship game in their building because they win. They win. And they went to the Super Bowl and they won it. The same time when they had T.O., they went to the Super Bowl and they lost it. But they win these games in their building versus good, stiff competition. And so I think the Eagles' defense is going to be the defense of note here. I think Jalen Hurts is going to go absolutely scorched earth. I think Brock Purdy shits his pants, and I see a 31-21 Eagles final. I'm laying those points, and I'm feeling confident doing it. Your call.
What are the points?
Eagles -3.
Wow, it's a short line. I also like the Eagles -3. Well, first of all, I did want to say this, and this was a very top-heavy playoffs. Essentially, the 4 best teams of the NFL we all thought were the top 4 teams in the NFL. They went right in. The Bills, I guess you could say, kind of are a shock. But if you watch them all season, it wasn't as shocking to me.
Bills should have lost to the Lions on Thanksgiving Day.
They didn't look that good this year.
Should have lost to the Bears, too. The Bills haven't looked good all season.
Never convincing. So the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Eagles, and the 49ers were the 4 best teams in the NFL. Those are the 4 teams left. My 2 big preseason NFL bets were someone from the AFC West was going to win the Super Bowl, and the 49ers were going to make it to the Super Bowl. So my 2 bets are still online. It could still happen. Well, especially the Chiefs, right? But this, like the archetype last week for Brock Purdy and the 49ers was Brock Purdy, don't turn the ball over. We can get just enough points. We're going to cause turnovers more than likely with Dak Prescott. As long as you don't turn the ball over, we'll probably win. And they did. 2 turnovers for Dak, 6 points off turnovers. The victory margin was 7. So that's pretty much it right there. And you can't do that this week. You can't the game plan can't just be to not turn the ball over. You got to do more than that. And that's just a lot to ask a rookie to do. He has
to go win the game.
You got to give him credit, though, for not turning the ball over against a very good Cowboys defense, for sure, right? I mean, Dan Campbell's everyone's trying to get him. This guy's one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. And they're very talented on defense, too, on top of that, right? But I would argue the Eagles have just as good of a defense, if not better. And obviously, as we all know, their scoring ability versus, comparing them to the Cowboys is almost night and day.
The Eagles are the most complete team in the National Football League.
No doubt. I mean, can you tell me one weakness that the Eagles have?
They're the most complete team in the National Football League. And anyone that doesn't think so you're just a casual football fan. You're a hater if you don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think the Eagles are going to go up and down that would be shocking to me because truly the 49ers defense is really, really good. And if they can contain Jalen Hurts from running the football, which I think they'll relatively be able to. Now, that's not to say they're going to shut them out. They're going to score more points than the Cowboys did last week. And I really, like I said, I think that's it. If the Eagles score 24 points, I don't know if the 49ers can. That's the doubt that I have. So I think I'm more interested in the under and the Eagles in this game. The Eagles more than anything. My pick of the week is the Eagles -3. But I may be interested in a parlay of Eagles -3 and the under. I could see that hitting. And that's pretty much it. I mean, first of all, retrospectively, it is truly impressive what Brock Purdy's been able to do. And him losing in this game is not a stain on his career at all. The fact that he got there, I mean, I've never seen this before, at least.
Brock Purdy should be the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers next season. Period. End of discussion.
Trey Lance will never throw another pass. No.
Dude, get rid of both those other guys. Okay,
Jimmy G's gone. That one's pretty clear, but I think they're going to trade Trey Lance to one of these teams.
Get Lance out of there too. Brock Purdy has shown you that the blueprint for winning in Santa Clara is there. You can do it versus good teams. You can do it versus bad teams because you have the supporting cast. I just think that
you get a rookie deal too.
You got on a rookie deal. On a rookie deal. You know what I mean? I just think that what you've asked him to do in a short period of time is not enough to translate to winning this type of game. Maybe if he would have gotten reps all season long, I don't even
Yeah.
think the Niners knew what they had in him until they found him this,
Yeah.
by default. And kind of like, when Drew Bledsoe went out and Tom Brady came in, that's where all these comparisons are coming from. But this is a tough ask, man. This is a tough ask.
It's like the worst place for a rookie to go.
This is a tough ask.
Man.
I mean, the Niners have played bums, man. They've played bums. I mean, the last time they lost to the Chiefs in CMC's first game. And I was watching that game with my wife, and literally it was a close game, and I blinked. I think I went and took a leak and came back, and they were down by 10. I mean, the Niners are prone to, like, mental lapses that give up big points. And the firepower type of teams like the Eagles, the Chiefs, you could beat San Francisco. Look, Vegas hung 34 on that defense. They're good, but let's not act like they're bulletproof. I think this is a tough spot to be in. I know a lot of Niner fans. I was talking to some Niner fans at my job last night who were actually rational Niner fans. Like, the kid's going to have to go win it. And I'm like, wow, finally, some fans that aren't like homers. He's there. He's going to have to go and win
Nebraska
the game.
Raiders fans' opinion on stuff.
Oh, God, don't even start.
The most irrational fan base in the country.
You can't massage this kid to a Super Bowl berth. He has to go win it. We talk about
if he does, man, that would just be.
If he does, it's huge. It's the script gets changed then.
It'd be one of the biggest upsets. This would be one of the bigger upsets that I've ever seen. If he really does go in and win this would be unbelievable.
Yeah,
because I think when we go back and look at the roster of the Eagles and you consider that he won that game,
it would be a huge letdown for Philadelphia. They might have to send a National Guard to Philly if that happens. But I could also see a situation where the Niner defense just rises to the occasion and turns the script into a San Francisco 49ers type of game, and he doesn't have to do too much, and they still win. I could see 17-13 defensive score, running touchdown, and Brock Purdy go like 11 for 17 and 110 yards and still win. It's possible. Is it probable? I really don't think so. I think the Eagles are on a mission, and whoever they play in the Super Bowl has got their absolutely hands full. They got their hands full. As a Chief fan, if we win tomorrow, I want the Eagles. Because I think the Andy Reid factor could be a deciding factor. The guys will play and really play hard to try to get him that win. And we played the Eagles last year. And the only difference really is they didn't have Bradbury and they didn't have A.J. Brown, and they steamrolled that team. Are those two guys enough? It'd be nice to see that game come to fruition. But
that'd be an entertaining football game.
I think that's the matchup that America wants, because you're going to see points, you're going to see entertainment. The Chiefs are good entertainment, and so are the Eagles. The sparks are going to fly, and neutral field. May the best man win. I don't see any of the other matchups coming to fruition to being that good for America. It'll be a good game, but it'll be kind of like last year's Super Bowl. Last year's Super Bowl to me was boring. It was boring as hell. You know what I mean? That's why I think the AFC Championship game, the NFC Championship games, this is the week. If you're a football fan, this is the week. But I think we're both in agreement. Eagles -3. Fly, Eagles fly. Shout out my good friend Alex Gannum, who has got like Eagles footy pajamas on right now. He's pretty excited too. You guys enjoy the NFC Championship game. It poses to be a good one. And then we'll be back next week to break down Super Bowl Sunday. Dextery World of Matchups, Spencer the Wiz, Blue Milk Boys Gaming.